Good morning, I'm speaking with Barry Faux, who is one of the owners of 60.com.au furniture, and he works with Charlie, who is also a designer. You work in collaboration together, designing this beautiful furniture we have here today. Now Barry, we were talking a little bit earlier, and you didn't start in this style of furniture, you actually started in French antiques.
Yeah, well, we're antique dealers for 30 years, and looking at the design and the quality of furniture, furniture made over a 200, 300 year period, you develop a bit of the design ethic, and we decided we'd start doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm. Now you're the principal designer of the company that you own with Charlie.
Yeah,
right?
Charlie and I are the business, very small business. We're based in Canberra, which people find amusing, but we do ship all around Australia. We assure people.
And why the decision to go from French antique to this very modern style of furniture?
Oh, look how exciting this is.
Well, it is, yeah, I agree.
I'm getting to the stage where essentially I don't really have to work, but this is so exciting. You can't stop doing it.
So this is for you. You were telling me earlier that you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes and just sort of
just
write
briefly,
notes about...
Yeah, ideas come into your head, like this sofa is bright, and the other day I woke up and thought the solution to that is to have this cushion double-sided, so the back of it is plainer, and that's what we've done in our 60 entertainment unit and our 60 sideboard.
This is the one you were showing me earlier?
Yeah, that's the low model there. That comes in an orange door and a grey door, but what we've done, and nobody in the world, no one else has copied us yet, and nobody's done it yet, is the doors are simply reversible. So if the orange and grey become dated, which everything does with time, you flip them over and you've got a plain oak door.
Okay.
These are the 3 o'clock in the morning ideas that come in, and I don't know anyone else that's designing and importing more design furniture into Australia than we are now.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're not a design firm. We're a market-driven design firm. We look at what we believe the customers want, then we design it to fit their needs, rather than designing an award-winning item that no one will buy.
Yes.
We're not in that end of design at all.
Well, you're in business also. You have to consider that it's fantastic to build something that's beautiful, but a significant number of people have to.
It can be exciting. With this
like
coffee table in front of us, all those elements were available to us. But we turned it from a coffee table to a desk to a hall table to a bedside table. So it's a simple idea, but it's got to go click. The light bulb's got to come on, and you've got to have a note. When we were doing the design of the hall table, the first prototype had the legs on the end like this one. We moved them in slightly so you had a nice aesthetic, so it was like a console table, like a hall table. It made all the difference to the design. But as you say, as we were saying before, it's an intuitive thing. You don't know what you don't know in a lot of instances, and that creates new and imaginative things.
Yeah. So with this, for example, did you start with the coffee table?
Yeah.
That really took on well.
Yeah.
So then you start thinking outwards from that and developing a range.
Yeah, because it's a good, usable, inexpensive bit of furniture for young people. Everyone can afford to own one, and so now we've got two sides coffee tables, a desk, a hall table, and a bedside table. So it's developing. Again, it's stepping stones. All design is stepping stones. When you look at it, there's virtually nothing that hasn't been done before. Virtually nothing, and then you evolve from that. Like all of this, all our aesthetic is a mid-20th century aesthetic, what they call Scandinavian furniture, but we've added to the Scandinavian furniture the reversible doors. So it's a new design and a more useful design in that type of furniture.
When we were talking earlier about the sort of things that become fashionable, we were saying, well, in my generation, for example, we were going for all the early Australian antique furniture because that's what my grandparents had. Whereas my kids' grandparents had this, well, my family did, I know, we had a Parker dining room table and sideboard, which isn't that sort of Scandinavian style design, and that tends to be what young people go too.
Yeah,
You were
there
saying
seems,
that's
there
sort of
seems to be a
skip
generation gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants what their parents had,
No.
but there's a reassurance about what their grandparents had. So now our designs are sort of approximately 75 years old. And what you were saying, what you were buying when you were buying it, was approximately 75 years old.
Yeah.
So there's a reassurance about what your grandparents had. There's a rejection of what my parents had. I'm going to do something
course.
different.
Yeah.
And
As
then
always.
Then there's this reassurance, and that's what people tend to buy.
Yeah.
And that's why I think our modern designs have been so successful.
And you were saying also too, you don't sort of strictly adhere to some other, an international sort of trend in something. You really think about, well, that's lovely, I've seen it at that trade fair elsewhere, but you bring it back to what you feel people want in Australia.
About a third of what we sell is designed in Canberra by Charlie and myself. The other 2/3, I mean, there's so many people out there doing wonderful things. If we can find something, we will work with that, because it's much quicker way to have a business model than actually start from square one. And our square one is not with CAD/CAM or anything. It's graph paper and a pencil is how we do our designs, but it works. And then the other 2/3 we sell. So this range was available, and it's a wonderful, exciting 1970s design. But now we will give the colours a more Australian tone.
Yes.
So we'll work with that, and what we think that this is bright and exciting, but the evolution of this, I can already see it, is going to be still bright and interesting, but toned down a little bit, a step back.
Well, congratulations. It's a lovely range, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you.
It's been exciting for us as well. Thank you very much.
You.